Brian and Kenzie in the morning. And Chicago's alternative all day.
Q101.
Brian and Kenzie on Q101.
Ahoy! Let's go! We're waking up Chicago. Turn up the radio. It's time to start the show. On Q101 with the morning crew. Ahoy! Let's go! Welcome to the morning show.
Let's go. And an early check-in from James from Waukegan saying, let's go indeed. Also saying, please no racism cheese talk today.
Amen.
LOL. Well, none of
Amen.
that. We're going to recap the great cheese debate of 2024 that happened yesterday in the 7:30 to 8:30. It was a big debate of cheese
Well,
on
it
the
took a lot
show.
of twists and turns.
You know, we're journalists here, and we tackle the important subjects, especially here during the election season. So the great cheese debate happened yesterday. We'll recap some of that at 6:40 coming up. So James and Waukegan, stay put. You're going to be fine. Everything's going to work out great, okay? Also, 8 o'clock today, we have a huge concert announcement, but it's got a twist to it. And I don't usually say that. I can't think of any other way to kind of allude to what's about to come at 8 o'clock. We're going to give you tickets to this show, and it is massive and huge. Just a little twist. It's a fun twist. It's fun. Does that help?
I guess.
I don't know. I just want to
You're tearing yourself apart trying to figure out how to describe this concert without saying the band.
I know. And also the venue and where it is.
Is the venue the twist? Is the band the twist?
The band is huge regardless.
Okay.
The band is monstrous.
We all like them.
Yes. The venue is a twist, and that's what's going to be cool and fun.
Okay.
How about that?
How about that?
Just put that in your phone at 8. It's coming up.
What do you want people to put in their phones?
That huge.
That venue's a twist.
What do you want them to write down?
Is there a twist emoji?
There's a tornado
twister.
emoji.
The
yeah.
tornado? Okay. Oh, Twister.
Yeah, we should probably play the clip from Twister now that we mentioned it. So go to your phone, go to your reminders at 8 a.m. Brian's gonna have a huge concert announcement with a twist. It's gonna be tickets to a show that everybody wants to go to.
And your reminders should say, "You son of a bitch."
That's right. Exactly right.
Jonas, son of a bitch.
Who is that, honey?
Jonas Miller, he's a night crawler. We all start out in the same lab, and Jonas went out and got himself some corporate sponsors. He's in it for the money, not the science.
Yep, that's it.
The Brian and Kenzie Show.
On Q101.
Brian and Kenzie on Q101, and time for a fact that makes your brain go. It's pretty simple here. 23% of Chicagoans will never date someone that has this feature, something going on. I'm not saying it's a physical feature. I'm just saying something about this person. Once they know that, they will never even consider dating this person. Maybe they've already got some feelings too. Maybe even a little bit of lust leading into love at this point. But no, once they find this out about this person, they're done. They're out, point blank. You know what they're going to do.
Goodbye.
That's it. Done. So what do you think that is? It's almost a quarter of the people out there in Chicago will not date someone the second they find this out about that person.
Wow.
Yeah. How about it? Top of your head. Just go. Just top of your head.
If they call their exes crazy, because it's like, well, that's
That's
a
a-
lot of people who think, what are the odds?
That's a great answer. I'm not going to tell you right or wrong,
I
but
hate that. I hate when you meet someone, they're like, they're crazy, they're crazy, they're crazy. You're like,
yeah, maybe the person telling me this is crazy.
Or like, I always say, maybe. They may have done something crazy. Usually there's an action that incites, that wakes up the crazy beast. So, were you sleeping with other people and then she was crazy? You know what I mean?
I can dispute that, saying sometimes people are just crazy.
Facts.
I just want to say
But if they think everyone they ever dated was crazy.
yeah, that's when you got to look in the mirror, look at the person you're talking to.
I'm like, I
First
don't
off,
know.
were you ever told that as a rule on a first date is to never talk about your exes on the first
I don't
date?
know, why do people love to talk about their exes so much?
Because-
I'm good with never revisiting. Now sometimes it's funny anecdotes, guess what happened to me, and I'm making fun of horrible things, but I never sit down and let's take a deep dive into what happened here.
Yeah, it's the
I'm
worst.
okay.
Do not do it. I think it's because it's familiar and you can tell a story and you can show your personality and also different passions show up, like hate can show up in there.
What's fun on a first date?
Yeah.
I'm always like, well, how do you hate, baby?
Hey, is that a passion to hate?
Hate is passion.
Interesting.
Yeah. Sometimes shared hate, we've talked about that before, is what brings some people together. They actually enjoy that like shared hate of, well, I don't know, nachos, which I can't imagine that on earth. Ever anybody hating nachos?
What a horrible date. You're
Yeah.
sitting there talking about how much you hate nachos?
Yeah. Okay.
Not the guy for me.
So 23% of Chicagoans would stop dating a person or never date this person once they find this out about them. Case, what do you think it is?
I'm sure this isn't right,
Okay.
but it pertains to my life.
Oh, boy.
Because when I was on dating apps, it would be an immediate no. It didn't matter what the person looked like, how attractive they were.
And before you continue, Case, happy 2-year anniversary.
Thank you.
Forgot to do that yesterday. 2
I
years.
didn't mention it yesterday. Yeah, I don't, I'm very happy with it.
2-year anniversary for Case the producer.
Take your top off.
Yeah. And by the way, for everybody listening that's listening a while, Case has a girlfriend.
He
I
does
do.
have a girlfriend.
And I live with her.
And he lives with her.
Yeah. Oh, there you go.
There it is.
What's up,
Filling
fat
a
fingers?
lunch, baby.
Shocking news. So, your situation, what do you got?
When I was on dating apps, it would be an immediate no matter how attractive the person was. If they were wearing those Oktoberfest beer drinking dresses. Do you know what I'm talking about? What are they called? Lederhosen?
Well, he looked like St.
No,
Pauli
those are the
girl.
guys.
Yeah. What was it called, Brian? St. Pauli girls?
Well, the St. Pauli girl beer.
Yeah.
The girl on that has wearing that big dress. I don't know what you
Yes.
call it either, but Kenzie's like the guys wear the Lederhosen or
Leader. I think it's
Lederhosen.
Lederhosen.
Yeah.
Okay, I can't describe why I hate it so much, but I hate it so much. And if
They're
you're on
cute.
if you're on a dating app and you only have 6 photos of yourself to choose from, and you choose to have that dress on in one of those photos, I'm sorry, I can't date you.
So
I gotta be honest, I'm having a hard time. Some people are calling it Bavarian dresses or beer garden dresses.
Yeah, beer garden dresses, I think the term I'm most familiar with.
So I can't find like an official like Lederhosen. Like there's not. I'm not getting.
all I know is I'm gonna have to delete my history now because I put Oktoberfest dress in, and it's
It's
all
kind of kinky.
well, it's all these hot chicks in that dress.
Well, it's all the costumes. It's the
Yeah,
Leg Avenue brand, which
Yeah.
is just it's whore Halloween. If anyone's not familiar,
So
which I have partaken in. No judgment when I say that.
no judgment at all.
I've absolutely been a whore for Halloween, so no judgy.
In fact, some cred points actually.
Okay.
But
yeah,
I have to
Leg
delete this because
Avenue.
Megan's gonna wonder why I was searching these women. Because it's all these like.
I was not a fan. I don't know
Also,
what
Drindle?
it is.
I'm getting Drindle?
I can't do that.
Really? I think they're cute. They're just like flowy.
I think it is Bavarian. I think generally it's a Bavarian style.
That's one of my favorite donuts.
Bavarian.
Cream filled.
Yeah.
Bavarian. I don't know what about that. That's adorable. You're such a hater. You can't hate fun.
I do hate fun.
I know.
So we'll give you the answer in 5 minutes here. 23% of people, once they find this out about the other person, whether it's everybody was crazy they dated before you, like Kenzie said, or Case,
Crazy.
they wear Bavarian German dresses in their Oktoberfest in their dating app profile. But I'm not telling you that they're even close or right. We'll give you the fact and what maybe you're a part of this 23% of Chicago that would do this in 5 minutes.
The Brian and Kenzie Show.
On Q 101.
The Brian and Kenzie Show.
On Q 101.
All right, time for a fact that makes your brain go. And this relates to dating and getting out there in the world. 23% of Chicagoans, once they find this out about the other person, they will never date them. They'll just stop right there and not continue on. And by the way, I don't think I mentioned it, but this goes for men or women. So when they find out about the other person, there's no gender-specific thing going on here. Now, Kenzie guessed if the person just talks about their ex being crazy or all their exes being crazy, they have 52 crazy exes and they're not crazy.
Right. That just doesn't really, it doesn't seem like it adds up.
No, something's wrong. And then Case said that if they wear a Bavarian dress, Oktoberfest style, if you will, in their dating app profile, he's out. They're done. He saw that a lot before his 2-year anniversary when he was just, playing the field there before he met his current lady.
Yeah, letting my wild oats spread, something like that.
Yeah.
Not an Oktoberfest. No oats there.
The text line has let us know that the official name of that dress is a dirndl, by the way.
Okay.
A dirndl is the thing I don't like.
Yeah, which is a lot of them right now being in October. And Also, if you were sowing your wild oats to your words there, you think you'd want somebody with a Bavarian dress or a dindle on at some point.
I disagree. It's not the
dirndl.
kind of
Dirndl.
a dindle. It's not the kind of woman I want to be with.
Yeah, dreidel, whatever it is. Yeah. So there you go. You're both wrong. I'll tell you that right now. But before we get to the answer, some really interesting guesses on the text line. Some typical ones, like if you find out the person has kids or they chew with their mouth open, they're done with them right there. Some of the funnier ones, if people who say LeBron's better than Jordan.
Oh, relax.
I'm out right now.
So I have the best text. Danielle texted it and said, I hope it's smoking. And that's because I have too many dogs. And I hope it's not people who have too many dogs. And then this is amazing. She says another text that says, there's a fine line between being a dog lover and being crazy. I'm crazy.
Yep, crazy dog.
I love self-awareness.
Yeah.
It's a big deal.
None of those are right. None of those are right at all. 23% of Chicagoans say they will cease to initiate dating someone the second they find out this about the person, that they're an Android user.
Get that green bubble out of here. I do not want it.
Wow. That's a quarter of the people of Chicago who are iPhone users will not date someone who's an Android user. You're really limiting the pool at this point. If you're really doing that, come on now.
Hey, everybody has their things.
Yes. Now, I get it. It's the worst thing ever to text somebody and then not get any kind of knowing that they're received your response and are working on a response to you. You have to wait for the green bubble to pop up. I thought they worked that out, though. I thought there was something we talked about last year where there was some way it's changing.
They're working on it. It's not worked out. They're working on it.
Yeah. Yeah.
I don't know. Brian, I need a man's brain for this. And then, Kenzie, I want your thoughts on it also. But
I'm just useless.
No. You're not useless. Just in this exact moment, you're useless.
Kenzie, just sit over there and make some pancakes.
I need a man, so how about you go F yourself?
Kenzie, pull out a hot plate and make some pancakes for a second.
But imagine, Brian, you're with somebody new and they're really, really attractive. But then you find out that, like, in the heat of a moment, when they're sending you perhaps some naughty pictures,
Ooh.
that they're sending them to you with a green bubble. That sounds awful. I don't want to see your body if you have a green bubble.
Well, I'm willing to wait. I'm willing to wait for it to see what happens there. I'm not encouraging this behavior, but yes,
I don't want that.
I've always thought that love is so hard, and for me, someone who got married a little late. Yeah,
bingo.
right. Yep.
No.
It took a long time for me to find real love in my life. So if you can find it, you gotta lasso it. You gotta go right for it. And if there's something wrong with that person, just look past it because you love that person. Unless they're a murderer or something.
Am I allowed to? I don't know if I'm allowed to participate. Yeah, I'm still making a sandwich and saying in my place.
Are the pancakes done over there?
No, sorry. I guess I suck at that too.
All right, go ahead, Kenzie. What's your take?
Well, I mean, I don't know.
It's not enough to get you to stop, is what you're saying. It wouldn't have stopped you with your husband, right?
I think that you shouldn't have a lot of deal breakers. Now, besides obvious, like, oh, this is a bad person
Correct.
and things like that. I never was like, no way kids, or no way unless somebody's this height, or no way. I stayed away from all those because I think that, shocker, you don't know everything in life. And sometimes those things may surprise you that they're actually not that big of a deal, or maybe they add something to your life that you didn't think it would. I always tried to stay away from deal breakers besides, like, being respectful.
Sure, the
and
normal
things like that.
things.
Yeah, like, and I was very, like, if you looked at people I dated, like, no one looks alike. Everyone has a different job. I was just very open.
Mm-hmm.
I didn't have this list
Yeah.
ever. Because you don't know what to expect.
Yeah, that's right. Can add to your life. Like Tristan added to your life tremendously.
Absolutely. Had I said no kids, like, I would have missed out on the person who made me a mom.
That's right.
It would have been horrible.
That's right. Terrible. So, Case, it's too bad you didn't investigate more with the Dindle dress?
Dirndl.
Or Oktoberfest dress. Now, I know you have a beautiful, happy relationship and the best girl on earth over there, so you're fine. but you never, you could have sowed some oats with a dress girl.
I disagree with Kenzie. I have a lot of walls up. I have a lot of things I can't deal with. You
Boy,
should
do we know.
You should be very, very selective.
Yeah, that's shocking. That's shocking.
Brian and Kenzie.
On Q101.
Brian and Kenzie on Q101. What a lovely song. It relates to relationships. 23% of people in Chicago would stop dating someone once they found out they had an Android. Couple text follow-ups on that, by the way. That was the fact that makes your brain go, I would hope that's a pretty shocking fact. David checked in. He said, I have a beta for an iPhone 18, and you can now see Android users and their messages in the bubbles there. Now, we're only at 16. The 16's out now. He's got a beta 18?
I have a 12.
I have
I'm
an-
behind, baby.
I have an
know.
11.
Ugh.
I'm thinking of upgrading. But
think?
it's a big deal. But it's still
You know
working.
that my husband has a 10?
What?
I know. And I still feel like his camera's better than mine, which upsets me. I got a lemon. You know when you buy a phone, the first day I got this thing, couldn't connect to Wi-Fi, being funky, camera's ass and a half. Like, I'm telling you, I got this lemon of a phone. My husband has a 10 and it works better.
Well, my 11 and everything, the battery still lasts the whole day for the most part.
See?
And I encourage people to do this tip that the guy at the store told me. Don't charge it overnight or to 100. Go to 99. Now you got to stay alert every day of your life.
You have to stay alert.
You got to be, you're like a soldier.
You're like a Green Beret.
Yeah, you're guarding Fort Knox. I got to unplug it at 98.
It's still Team 6 over here.
It's a little stressful, I got to say.
I
But
wish you could set, like, when, probably iPhone 57 or something. You're going to be able to, like, set the please only charge to, like, you can do you can do that on electric cars. You
Yeah.
can stop the charging.
And people always say, like, wow, the new chargers, they know how to do that. I'm like, well, people I know with bigger and more recent phones, not bigger, but more recent, they say that their battery's still screwed more than mine. So I guess it worked out. Also, 708 checked in. My boyfriend switched to an Android, and I recently considered blocking him.
Respect.
Her boyfriend.
Respect.
This is so sad. Come on.
Yeah, there's a lot going on there.
Don't you think you should be like, less picky? Like, wow, this guy treats me great, pays for our dinners, he loves me, cares about me. Green bubble, how about you die? It's like, what?
Well, speaking of arguments, yesterday we had a pretty heated one for an hour in the great cheese debate of 2024. So each of us, myself, Kenzie, and Case, did the 4 cheeses that we would eat 4 only the rest of our lives. That's a Mount Rushmore, only 4. I chose a Wisconsin sharp cheddar. Gotta have that. Also controversial was the white American cheese. People took that a different way in a
They took it
political,
pretty offensively.
racial way. No, there's white American and yellow American. I prefer white American.
Oh, we know. Oh, we know.
Also, big controversy in my au gratin potatoes. First, I thought au gratin was a cheese, and that was just the cheese form. But actually, from Shaw's Crab House, they use Jarlsberg cheese. And in the au gratin form, that's on my Mount Rushmore. And then the burrata, only from Spaccanapoli restaurant, because no one does it better than them. They get it right from Italy. Now, I'm sure Elmwood Park would disagree with me. There's probably some out there. I haven't tried every place. Give me some places to try the best burrata, and I'll go do it.
Mm-hmm.
Kenzie, her Mount Rushmore was cojita?
Cotilla.
Cotilla. Cotilla. That's the crumbled cheese on top of like a fajita.
Yeah, the crumbled cheese.
Enchilada.
Not really
I'm sorry,
fajita.
enchilada, I
like
should say.
enchilada, it's on elote. Like that crumbled cheese.
Yeah.
Like on the corn. Yeah.
Parmesan she also had, Borson, and burrata as well.
Gang, gang.
Kay said Wisconsin sharp cheddar as well, as we agreed on that. Pepper jack, which is a waste. Mozzarella. Didn't realize we could never have pizza again without mozzarella.
See, my list is pretty good.
And the big controversy from Case was Cheez-Its.
That he picked a cracker? Yeah.
Cheez-Its. Now, that's the list, and you can add to it at Q101's Facebook page and disagree and argue. There's some funny comments on there. Somebody very in favor of none of us. In fact, it was Nikki saying, no one has ricotta on their list, and that's the best. A big ricotta
That's
hater.
not the best cheese.
No.
Ricotta's great.
Yeah.
But it's not the best cheese.
Well, I thought she
Spell
was
it out.
saying it's best that all of us don't have ricotta on there because she hates ricotta, but now I realize she's probably saying it's the best cheese.
That's such a weird way for you to interpret that
Yeah.
message.
It was a very pro ricotta Facebook comment.
Yeah, can you believe that he thought it was the best that nobody listed it?
Yeah, I took it the other way.
That's really
Yeah.
strange.
That's very. Also, let me see your text with Megan to make sure she's not mad at you right now.
There's a lot of miscommunication in the
You
relationship.
think?
Yep,
Wow,
a little
that's
bit.
very interesting.
But I also, ricotta's good, but I wouldn't put it in you're talking about Mount Rushmore, 4 cheeses the rest of your life.
It's not going to be ricotta.
Ricotta?
There's so. listen, ricotta's great. It's beautiful. It's creamy. There's a lot you can do there. I love a good creamy cheese. I understand that. But you have to have a really good ricotta because, and listen, those ass-flavored chunks, when it's not a good one, forget about it.
Andrew on the Facebook also said, Swiss too fancy for you?
Oh, stop it.
Now, I will say this about Swiss.
But you have the Jarlsberg, which is supposed to be in the Swiss family.
Correct, but I guess Jarlsberg, and I don't even know what it was until yesterday.
I know.
And it's one of my top 4, is really cheesy, whereas Swiss is kind of like chewing rubber. Don't you think?
You have to melt it down. You can't just put a cold Swiss on your sandwich.
Yeah.
If you melt the Swiss down, you get a little Swiss melt. Now you're doing something. You got to know how to work with the cheese.
But does it still have flavor? Because Swiss is kind of.
It's a lighter flavor. It's not, these aren't your sharps. Okay,
Yeah.
like, they're not that. It's a mild flavor.
That's why I didn't put provolone on my list, because provolone on a sub,
Do you
it's
know how
too
many
mild.
pieces of provolone I have to put on my sub? It is. I'm like, give me the pack. If I want provolone and someone like hands me a piece, I'm like, go after yourself. The whole bag. Get over here. I got to taste it.
You're at the deli, ask for provolone. You want a pound sliced thin.
Yeah.
That's one sandwich.
I know.
That is, I agree. I agree with that.
Absolutely. It's thick. You can see through it. What's going on?
Case, any regrets on your list about Cheez-Its?
I have no regrets.
Yeah.
Are you kidding me? I got so many kind DMs from people yesterday.
Kind?
Kind. Reaching out to me. Glad that I took a stand. Glad that I am pro Cheez-It. It was really a touching afternoon, quite honestly.
Huh.
Yeah, people agree with me.
Well, I don't know about that, but
If you pull up 3 DMs right now,
I
because I
can.
don't believe you.
You know, Kenzie, a lot of geniuses are not appreciated in their own time.
So you think, just to clarify, that you picking Cheez-It on your Mount Rushmore,
Yes.
and deciding that a cracker is cheese,
Cheez-It is in the name.
puts you in a group of geniuses who have changed our world.
Einstein, Newton, Lowe, they all sort of have the same thing going on.
like the guy who fixed the Salk vaccine for polio.
The what
The
vaccine?
sock?
It's called Salk.
The
The guy
Salk vaccine?
No, Salk, like S-A-U-K.
Well, what vaccine is that?
It's for polio.
Out of all the things that you could have pulled from,
Jonas Salk. Actually, it's S-A-L-K. Salk.
Sulk.
Yep.
Yeah,
Yep.
I would consider myself and him to have a very similar trajectory, if that's what you're asking.
I mean, just of all the inventions, genius, you could have done light bulb, and you're like, the polio vaccine from Silk.
Yep. It's
That's
I'm
an
unique.
interesting thing that stuck with you over time.
Can you imagine if polio wasn't eradicated?
Oh, it'd suck. Can you imagine getting polio? That'd
Don't
be
look
awful.
at me with those crazy eyes.
Like, look, we're going to London this week for the Bears game.
Yeah. What if we got polio?
Well, I say I can't go now because I got polio.
Oh, the worst.
What happens when you get polio?
No, I don't think you want. Don't Google
I'm
it.
gonna Google it.
No, don't do it.
Images.
Okay, Kenzie will tell you what polio gives you when we come back. That's in the,
It's a leg thing?
yeah.
I did not know that.
What do you think it was?
I imagine some type of leprosy. Sorry, that was what was coming in my mind. Sorry. I did not know.
We eradicated that too. But Case's Cheez-Its are better than that.
I just want to point out before Gil Curtis does his headlines for today, Megan on the text line just checked in, and this is a direct quote. Case is greater than or equal to Einstein. My mind is blown.
Wow.
Feels good to be right.
Okay, we're not going to go with this narrative. I just want you to know that.
Yeah, we're not.
No.
Here's Gil Curtis with your headlines. And coming up again at 8 o'clock, a huge concert announcement with a twist.
This is not headline news. Sober October is gaining in popularity, but not so much with Cleveland Browns fans. Flavor Flav put one of his necklace clocks up for auction. You can bid for it on eBoy. According to the National Retail Federation, the #1 Halloween candy this year is M&M's. And coming in dead last for the 200th year, box of raisins. 8 of 10 Americans worry about World War III. The remaining 20% concerned if Jane's addiction will ever settle their differences. And a town in Argentina has been overrun by parrots. Asked what the parrots want, their ringleader Polly said, crackers. This is not headline news.
Brian and Kenzie in the morning. And Chicago's alternative all day.
Q101.